Alright guys, so today we officially hit level 500, which I'm gonna do right now on the video. So I think I'm eligible. I have hit 500 level on collection book, which is half of the levels in total. And here's a troll stash llama. I think I'm eligible to talk on this topic, which is what should I spend my voucher on? We're gonna talk about weapon voucher. We're gonna go through all the weapons and see. A lot of people grind ventures like crazy. Like you can see, I grind it too. I grind ventures every single season, except the first two seasons which I missed. I didn't know about them. Actually, I didn't start playing ventures or save the world. I had it just for V-Bucks, and officially I'm 135 today, feeling great. And we're gonna talk about some weapons. So let's go through collection books. So the weapon voucher which I have spent this season, I'm gonna tell you in the end of the video. Weapon voucher is, you get once every 2 months if you grind ventures, and ventures is really fucking hard to grind. You can get any event schematic. Rest of these weapons you can just buy flux from the shop. You can research them, all of them. Any assault rifles, any ranged weapons, melee weapons, you can just research them uh, all with flux, blue, purple. They all depend on the rarity. You can have rare flux, purple flux, which is epic, and oh, I don't know why is it not like 130. And then these is just research with I think weapon designs. So I guess you eventually, if you play enough, you'll have these weapons. Like I kind of do a lot of MSKs. We do carry sometimes, not a lot, except the typewriters. You can research. You'll eventually get all these weapons, except some. This is exception for me. I haven't got it. I'm just trying to get it by natural. Not using my flux. I'm trying to save it. And typewriter is a big exception to that. In ranged weapons, typewriter is the only weapon you cannot research with the flux. You need a voucher for that, and I don't have a copy either. Same thing goes with the melee weapons. I think you'll get them all eventually. There's some missions every day. In mission alerts, you get these weapons, and they're pretty. You can say they're all right. Not a big fan of these weapons. Personally, I don't like to use any of these weapons. Like they're good when you're low power level. You know, they're good in ventures. You can say that like laser sword or some of these weapons, but to be honest, I'm not a big fan of any of these weapons. These melee weapons are no for me. Don't really like them. From these, I used to use a lot of what's it called, hunter killer. I was a big fan back in those days when I was low power level. I used a lot. I had a schematic of it, but as time passed by, the zombies, there are so many that you cannot click as quick, and you can't keep up with the pace of the zombies. And I don't really personally like a lot of these shotguns and lot, except the pistols. I like this pistol, firecracker, and this one, tiny instrument of that. These are one of my favorite and fun weapons. They are really nice. Also, this one, energy pistol. This one is really good for the tunnels, space invader, and this one. These pistols are fun. I like them, but you can get them with the flux. They're really nice. And Thrasher is one of the best SMGs. They is good, but personally, I think what level I am, I don't really use them. And explosives, nobody use these explosives. I've never seen somebody actually use a grenade launcher out of ventures or a rocket launcher. Nobody use these snipers either. They are just trash, to be honest. People like super shredders. They be like trading, but these weapons kinda are no, except the typewriter. It's alright. It's alright. So moving to traps, well, let's not talk about traps. I'll make a separate video about traps. And starter packs, not big fan. I just bought one. None of the packs are worth it, to be honest. Just the rarity, maybe. People say, oh, his weapon's rare. If you're a founder, you probably have a founder weapon. They are rare, but starter packs, they are just copies. Like this strap is copy of this is Zapomax's copy of War Dynamo, I think. This is copy of Paint. No, not Paint. Hunter Killer, I think. Yeah, 100% Hunter Killer. This is copy of Sir Lancelot. I don't know, Papa Bear. Not a big fan of these. Just copies. And if you like the skins, you can probably, yeah, maybe rock the skins. None of the starter packs are worth it. Don't buy them. Don't spend your money. Even if you want to spend the money, make sure to use code 2x gaming to support me. And promotional paper, I really don't know. My friend was telling me you have to get these with like something, some other game. Let's not. I'm not a big fan of these either. So let's talk about event schematics. So this video is all about event schematics. What should I spend my voucher, my precious voucher? First of all, art decor weapons. Really okay weapons. They are okay. But the thing is that you can research them with Flux. It has been here for a while now. I don't know if they'll change it, but all of these weapons you can research them with Flux. They are alright weapons. Just you know, alright weapons. Kind of. I think they should be right here maybe. So they're not a very useful weapons. Most of the assault rifles, I'll say if you don't have a nocturnal, most of the assault rifles are kind of short in 160 zones. They are good when you are in Twine, start of the Twine, Canny Valley. They all are good to have there. Boombox weapons, I would not recommend nobody, just because of this season. Just because this season is all about boombox weapons and rad heroes, I would not recommend anybody to spend any weapon voucher on any of these weapons, because if you go here, you just grind ventures and whatever, you get the red llamas. They're gonna be in events. Right now there's none. I got them all. uh they'll be in quest lines. I'm so sorry I can't show them because I did the hit the road quest. And I don't know. I would not recommend nobody, especially this season, just grind ventures and just grind the storyline, quest lines. You'll get them and get the tickets, as many you could. You'll get them. They are really good weapons. Some of them are really fun weapons. I'm a big fan of ear splitter for farming, and the mic drops. Uh, you know, what's it called, the special attack is really good. I love it. And these weapons are really fun, but I would not recommend you to spend the voucher just because they are in the season. If you're watching this maybe next year or sometimes later, uh I would say you should, if you want to spend a voucher on ear splitter, is worth it. If you like farming, you don't have no friends, or you don't have no base, uh you know, to grind mats, just you can go stonewood with ear splitter with a good loadout energy like fossil Saudi, and then grind as much as mats you want. But right now I would say no, no. Pirate weapons, okay, it's a little bit controversial. People say bundle bust is a really good weapon. For me, uh I like it. It's just I like it. It's fun weapon, but I don't say it's worth using a voucher on, cause it's just a assault rifle. What are you gonna get? Crystals? People say it's really good for getting crystals. You can just get a, once you get wrath, it's be like Oh, why should I use bundle bus? Getting Miss Monsters, you could just spend a voucher on pot shots, and pot shots is gonna do one shot the zombies. If you like any, if you personally, in my opinion, if you personally like any weapon, feel free to spend a voucher on. But if you want to see my opinion, what this video is about, like, what should you technically spend the voucher? I've tried all of these weapons, and the only weapon which I say is worth spending a voucher is powder keg. If you didn't buy it when it was in the shop, powder keg is definitely worth a weapon voucher. Cause with Stoneheart Farah, this bow is so broken, is so good to clear out the enchantment, the crowd of the zombies. This weapon is definitely worth. I only have one copy, that's why it's not in my collection book. It's definitely worth spending a voucher. And if I didn't get it from the shop last season, I would buy it. That was my personal goal. I would definitely buy it. And the Wallopper is really fun weapon too. If you haven't got it, it's a really fun weapon. Just get it from the shop. Don't spend your voucher. Cause if you have DRO, you have hit so many. If you have DRO, where it is, totally rocking out. You hit so many crits with Subwoofer or whatever, that there's gonna be explosion, 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 back to back. Let's get back to it. Uh, But yep, pirate weapon only powder keg is worth getting a weapon using a voucher on. Wallpaper is good, definitely get it. Um, Unfortunately, there's only one copy and I have it in my schematics. I like it. It's 130. It's really fun weapon. Rest of these, this rocket launcher is one of the worst rocket launchers. I don't really like shooting a cannonball bouncing here and there. You know, you could just place a what's broadsides, it will shoot three cannonballs. There's no point of having spending voucher on this one. And then we come to spy weapons after. So the spy weapon is a little bit controversial again. I'm sorry to say that, but people say these weapons are really good. All these weapons, I've tried them all personally. They are really good, except the bow and the sniper. They are kind of bad. They're not really good. And the only weapon which I would say to spend a voucher, there's a reason behind it. There's a reason I'm not saying it's bot shot, because the purple weapons, I had this right here just for a reason. So what happens when the spy llamas come? They come randomly. Epic, I don't know why they randomly put
Yes.
spy llamas here.
Whoa!
And when spy llamas are here,
What? I was hungry.
you buy them, they're probably like 200-300 V bucks if you have spare V bucks, if you like to spend V bucks on the llamas. Where are they? Let's find it. Yeah, when they are here, you get any purple copy, you can just uh evolve. uh wait. You can take it out and use flux to upgrade it to the golden rarity. That would not cost you any weapon designs or nothing. Just need a purple copy. There's a reason I like this. Is one of my best SMGs. I really like this SMG. This is very, my friend has it and I really love it. It's really good. Like there's like no bloom to this SMG, but the only reason I haven't spent a voucher, if I get purple copy, I'll just, you know, it's not like you have a lot of vouchers. You gotta use your voucher carefully. You can just research, take it out if you get purple one from a llama and use legendary flux. That's why all the purple, I don't consider getting any weapons which have a purple copy too, because you can just use flux instead of if you find a llama, get it, you get lucky, you just use flux. That's the main reason. There's only one weapon and pot shot is definitely worth it. It's a big yes. I spent my voucher on this weapon. Really good weapon. I would spend it anytime. Anytime I'll spend my voucher. It's very good for taking out mini bosses, miss monsters, or mini bosses in the MSK. If you do a lot of MSK, you probably should have a pot shot copy. It's very good if you are the type of the person whose job is to take out mini boss. This is the best weapon. So pot shot is worth spending a voucher. Let's move on to dragon. This gun is also good, but I'm not personally a big fan of using shotguns, but it's a really good shotgun too. That's why it's not in my collection book. Let's talk about dragon weapons. Alright, they all are ass. I had to say this. Dragon weapons are the fucking worst weapons. They're even worse than Art Deco weapons. They are the worst weapons of all time in event schematics. I don't know what Epic thinks. They really need to buff these weapons. They are just not good. They don't have nothing special, you know? Every weapon category have something in special. Dragon weapons, they're just kind of fancy looking weapons which comes when there's Chinese New Year, and they don't have nothing in special. I don't really like them. Not a big fan of any of these weapons. So I would say none of these weapons are worth spending a voucher. Let's move to holiday weapons. Holiday weapons, Santa's little helper. Okay, okay. Let's start from the top. I haven't tried Frostbite. To be to be honest, I don't really like snipers in Save the World. Like these kind of snipers, the only sniper I like is Heavy Sniper, which the I think it is Heavy Sniper. Yep, cause it's used for defenders. Rest of the snipers, I'm not fan of. If I were to have to use a sniper, I would use a bow instead. You know, bows are just better. They are designed to be dominant over the snipers. The whole category of snipers, the bows are better. The only reason these snipers exist is because of the defenders. Blitzer, it's alright. It's a fun weapon, shoots projectiles. I have a copy of this, but not worth spending. If you can wait, they all be back in December. But if you can't, I'll say the only weapon I like is Santa's Little Helper and Snowball Launcher from here. Easter Egg Launcher is not worth spending a voucher because it's kind of a like Snowball Launcher does everything better. This one shoots eggs which stay until the husk hit it, cross it. But this one just explodes on the damage. Snowball and Santa's Little Helper are really good weapons. And Boom Bow, the only bows I think which are worth spending a voucher, maybe Xenon Bow, and we'll talk about that later when we go down there, right? But this Tree of Light, all the melee weapons in winter are not good. They're bad. They're straight bad. Love Song, if you Heartbreaker, this one just stuns. There's a reason is in my collection book. This stuns the zombies for like 2 seconds. It's not gonna do nothing, man. Like it's just gonna stun a zombie or maybe a smasher. You can stun a smasher for like 2 seconds. That's it. Not worth it. Easter egg, not worth it. Santa's Little Helper is the best rocket launcher after pot shot. I'll say really does a lot of damage. There's this one which does more damage than this guy, but you take damage. That's why. That's Santa's Little Helper is a better pick. If you have to shoot three rockets, ammo is expensive. Why not shoot Santa's Little Helper? Why shoot a normal rocket launcher? Because they're gonna eat the same amount of ammo. You'd be rather shooting a Santa's Little Helper instead of the Shark Attack or something else. Or maybe let's talk about the Jacko launcher, which is exclusive. You can research it by the way. But Jacko launcher, is a fun launcher though, but you be if you want damage, we are talking practical here. You be shooting the Santa's little helper. You can spend a voucher or maybe wait. It'll be back in winters. Snowball launcher is really good launcher. The best part about snowball launcher, the reason I love this the most, because it only takes one rocket ammo. You know, it takes one rocket ammo, and it if it's a fire zone, you know how powerful this weapon is. This weapon is really good against fire zombies. I remember back in those days when I was really low power trying to climb the twine, and I had snowball launcher schematic from the it was winter season, and the anytime I would see uh the red huskies, which are fire huskies, I would take this weapon out. It's really good against, and it just clears a lot of zombies. Small zombies are nothing in front of this weapon, and it only takes one ammo. Very good weapon. You can spend a voucher. Personally, I would spend it. It's just it's a good weapon. If you like rocket launchers, everybody like rocket launchers. I would not recommend it on Easter egg launcher. It's just a bad weapon. Any of these weapons are not worth it. Santa's Little Helper is a good rocket launcher if you want to have a solid. I don't personally use it because I have my pot shot out a lot, you know, and I have a snowball launcher. If I wanna, take out a crowd, I would use this, and if I want to take a specific big zombie, like a smasher or something, I would use a pot shot. So that's why this guy is in collection book, but this is a really good rocket launcher. And for this one is for fire zombies, really good. Black metal weapons. To be honest, I'm gonna be honest. I really haven't tried all of these weapons, but this weapon, I had it just as most of the shotguns. Not worth it, man. Except the Pulsar 9000. These all the shotguns in the game are just designed to for you to take damage and die. Because the amount of zombies in Twine are so many. There'll be so fucking many zombies that they'll just touch you. You won't be able to run. With a good shotgun loadout, they won't let you run. So, and this guy is good, does more damage, but be aware that if you take this guy out, it does more damage than Santa's Little Helper. It would do damage back to you. You will take damage. That's why I don't really like this weapon. Not a big fan of any of these weapons. This bow, just another bow. It's just a simple bow. Coming to Fortnite mere weapons. Okay, there's a warning right now. First of all, Fortnite mere weapons be back on Halloween. Probably like 2 months left, 3 months, right? If you can wait enough, you'll get all of these weapons. But if you can't, these all of these weapons are good, except the 6 feet under. It's kind of good for running faster. You can have two movement speed, but other than that, it's not worth it. I would not recommend you to spend a voucher. All of these weapons are good for flexing. If you are a new player, people like to see grave diggers. A lot of grave diggers. That's why I took it out. People love to trade for a candy corn LMG. People love Ghost Pistol because it's so special. Looks. These all weapons are different. I have these two, one and two. And the Spectral Blade is the best sword after the Storm King sword, which if you are a low power level person, you're starting. It's a really good sword, like best sword. I don't have nothing else to say. These I would spend vouchers. I actually personally spent two. Gravedigger was a mistake, I'll say. Candy Corn, I spent the vouchers just because I started the game in December. That my first weapon voucher I got it in December 1st, which was the third season. I was like, oh my god, man! If I want to have craft grave diggers, which everybody has, because there was a, what's it called? There was a event Halloween which I missed. I have to wait for a fucking year to get this weapon. It looks so cool. This weapon really looks so cool. Same with this guy. By the way, Candy Corn has terrible fucking bloom, bro. The bloom on, no, not bloom. The recoil is terrible. That's why I hate this weapon. But if you know you want to flex on a new player or somebody, you want to trade for it, people like to trade it. You go to Stonewood, you go to Plankerton, people would, whoever don't have this weapon, they would definitely trade for it. They would trade for it for eyes closed, with eyes closed. So that's why I'm giving them. They're not very good weapons, to be honest, but people like to trade weapons. To save the world is all about trading. People like to trade these weapons. That's why I would take them out from the collection book. Ghost Pistol, I just wait for it. I would not spend my voucher right now because it's only 3 or 4 months left. We play Save the World, we grind. So it be back in coming to Rat Rod weapons. Oh my god, all the weapons are ass. They're not. Except the last word, people like this because it was in BR. It was an alright weapon. It's an alright pistol. Not a big fan. Swan is bad. It's really bad. These weapons are not good for fighting or doing nothing. They are really good for having them in collection book. That's the best thing you could do. Have these weapons in collection book. People might, you know, like this weapon. Personally, I don't like this weapon. So I say it's not worth recommended. It's not worth spending a voucher on. Oh my god, this video is going so long. I didn't think that they would go this long, to be honest. I'm sorry, guys, whoever's watching till now. I really didn't mean to make it this long. But I want to make sure that everybody, understands each weapon properly. If you're new to Save the World, it's really hard. There's so many options. You'd be like, what should I take it out? Because half of the weapons you haven't tried it. Let's come to these weapons. Oh my god. This category is one of the best categories. People love these weapons. But the only weapons which I would take it out, same reason, the purple, purple, purple. Same reason. I would not take Astrobat out just because there's a purple thing. I could just, if I see sci-fi llamas, I buy them, which would be like 300 V-bucks. I personally don't not a big fan. I'm a founder. I'm not a big fan of buying skins. So I wait for the llamas. I just spend my V-bucks on the llamas, and I do all the V-buck missions. I would just buy these, use my flux, and people say Gamatron is a good assault rifle. It's kind of annoying. I just don't like it because the voice, the noise, it makes a fucking annoying noise. It's just some personal reason. And the only weapons, this Pulsar 9000 and atomizers. Oh my god, these weapons are so good. I'll show you a loadout after this to for Pulsar 9000. It just shreds through. I tried it in 160s, just shreds through zombies, man. Like literally, it is so good if you have right loadout. Atomizers, everybody knows how to defeat MSK. The best thing you can use at the end phase is the Atomizers 9000, which is really good. You can spend vouchers with eyes closed. These, if you like shotguns, you're a shotgun person, this is a shotgun you wanna have. I'm gonna show you a loadout right now. Let's go to loadouts. I think hero loadout. This is a shotgun loadout, which I have. With this loadout and TRO, oh my god, man, we hit so many. There's a burger guy. You can replace him with this guy if you want. Coconuts, if you like coconuts. This is just for healing. This is for activating TRO. She gives more damage with energy and increases the crits with the shotgun. This loadout is broken. I personally use when I want to use Pulsar 9000. I use this loadout. It just goes through everything, man. Just such a good weapon. Same with atomizer. I don't know what else to say on the weapon. It's really good. Broken. You can say if you want to call it broken, it's broken. Really good. But make sure to keep in mind this thing eats a lot of batteries. A fucking lot of batteries. Remember, this thing eats I think it eats 30 batteries on one shoot. So it eats a lot of batteries. Coming to steampunk weapons. Oh my god, steampunk weapons Baron. I would spend my voucher on Baron. But you could get a purple copy in the llamas. But personally, this is exception. I love this weapon. If you don't have, actually, you just need one Baron. If you could get it from somebody, if you need a Baron, you could always ask me. I have a copy, movement speed, you know. But if you want to have it personally, craft it and you know, tell it to somebody. Hey, I can craft Barons. I would spend it on this weapon. It's a really good weapon. Very good weapon for movement, running here and there. Duet is good. Doesn't do a lot of damage. Has really precise, aim. If you have good aim, you use mouse and keyboard. Duet is a good pick too. Really good. This video is not about, using typical weapons. Everybody, wants to research out. This is also about some other options. This weapon is also good. Do it. My friend spent my voucher on Do It. It's a good weapon. The the noise, the feel when you shoot this weapon is such a good noise, man. Oh my god, I'm a big fan of that thing. And the Baron, anytime. Any of these bows, not worth it. This bow is not worth it. As bow. Let's come to medieval weapons. Hemlock, anytime, but keep in mind, purple thing. I'm not gonna repeat it ever again now. Hemlock is a good pick. It's a really good SMG. A very good SMG. With the right sixth perk, what's the sixth perk I had? Landing five crits in a row, hits in a row. This, yeah, it causes a small explosion. This weapon is really good. It was in the shop. I picked it up, and Hemlock is a good weapon. From this three, okay, this weapon. Let's move to Sir Lancelot. Very good weapon. Guardian's Wheels, really good weapon. So what's special about this? Hemlock is one of the good SMGs. I think I'm feeling that I'm rushing this. I don't want to rush it. It's a good SMG, man. I really don't want to rush it. Okay, let's move to Guardian's Will. Other, if I'm not covering any of these weapons, that means they are not worth spending a voucher, guys. They are really not worth it. I don't know how I'm getting like so many copies of this from MSK. When I do MSK, I get a copy of this. I don't know how, to be honest. Okay, Guardian's Will. If you don't have Fury, personally, I love this gun, melee more than Baron, because you get double movement. Baron gives you three movement, which is not a big difference, and then you can jump around like Fury. Like the mythic weapon. Really good weapon. Good sword. One of the best swords. And the Sir Lancelot is, it has something special, which is the the special attack pushes zombies out. You can push the smashers out of the map or push the smashers out of the way when you're doing a mission. The smashers on the wall, take out the Sir Lancelot. If you can't kill it, it's a fucking mini boss. It would push it out. I think it don't work on mini boss maybe, but I'm not too sure. But it's a really good weapon to push smashers out. You can get little bit delay, more time on the weak wall, because the smasher would be out of the way, but it requires energy. But it's really good weapon. These weapons are definitely worth spending a voucher. That's it for medieval weapons. Let's move on. Expansion, not people. Expansion schematics. First of all the expansion schematics, most of them you can just research with the flux. Any of them except the bows. And it has to be like that. I don't know why, because these are the fucking best bows. Literally, the bows in expansion are the best. They deserve to have a spot in this side, in even schematics. I don't know what Epic thought of it, but mythic weapons, you can research them. You need to have MSK. If you need MSK carry, you can join me anytime when I'm streaming MSK. And okay, let's talk about these two weapons, which vacuum tube bow and xenon bow. Rest all of these weapons are good, but you can research them with flux. So I'm not gonna talk about them. Uh, let's start with vacuum tube bow. It's one of the best weapon, man. Like literally best fucking weapon, best bow. You have the right loadout, which I'm gonna show you guys right now. Any bow loadout, you wanna use this loadout. We have talked about it in past. This is the best bow loadout, and except the gadgets, you can change whatever you want. Vacuum tube bows, it's just broken. I'll say it's better than the fucking xenon bow at some instances. I'll rank them both side by side. I don't make a feel there's a big difference, but vacuum tube bow does more damage just because it shoots through uh the lightning travels through zombies. Is really good. You could spend a voucher anytime, but the problem is that these two guys come in shop a lot, like a lot. There's a reason I have two copies of each. I never spend a single voucher on any of these. They come to shop a lot, and if you are a MSK person, you get a lot of expansion people. Not expansion people, expansion schematics. This the reason I have them in my collection book. All of them is like because I do MSK. You do a lot of MSK. You could get them from the gold cache. So if you spend a voucher and get it next time on your MSK with the gold cache, for a beginner they are really good weapons, man. You could research it. If you're like you do MSKs, you help people carrying, help a YouTuber or somebody, or you if you like to run MSKs, your power level 122, run public MSK, you could just get it. Like maybe after it depends on your luck. So I would not not there's a reason why I'm mentioning this, because I would not like to see hey, 2x, you told me you should use a voucher on this weapon, and then I got from the MSK, and now it's just a waste of the voucher. They are definitely best too. If I were to rate the bows, I would go xenon bow, vacuum tube bow, and then I would go powder keg. They all are worth spending a voucher, but it all depends on your luck. Personally, I would not use a voucher now because I have them. I was lucky enough to find them. They come in shop a lot, to be honest. I think I passed like two recently. I
What
let
you
them go.
see?
I didn't
I've
buy the
got nothing to
llamas. It
hide.
was in the 300, 200 range. But I was like, I have already have copies. So this is it, guys. This was the video all about what should I spend voucher on. You can definitely spend, I'm repeating it again, anytime on vacuum tube, or if you really personally like it. It's not bad weapon. They are really good weapons. They are the best deserving weapons. Uh, Xenon bow and vacuum tube bows, but you could get them from MSK, and then regret the decision of spending. My friend, uh, she does that a lot. She's like, "Oh my god, I spent my voucher and you got it from a llama. What a waste of us one venture season, because you get one ticket every venture seasons." I'm gonna make more videos about the heroes next time. What hero is worth spending the voucher on? But this is it for now. Make sure to leave a like and comment if you have any questions about any weapons. I'll definitely reply to them. And make sure to use code 2x gaming to support me, and come check out stream someday. You guys have a great day. Good night.